limited topics are there and limited problems are there. Compaction तो मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं काय काय येणार आहे, तेवढे माझे नोट्स वाचा. I didn't send I think notes to you, no. तुम्हाला पण आठवण नाही, तुम्ही पण विचारणार तर टुडे आय विल सेंड इट. कॉम्पॅक्शनचे नोट्स आज आठवण द्या. आय विल सेंड इन द ग्रुप so that you can make your notes. Okay. So now coming to the permeability. Permeability means what? So in what rate it is allowing the water, the property of the soil which make the water to flow it. Suppose if water is entering very easily, uh, if water is entering very easily or passing very easily, then we can say that that soil is permeable. But if it is not allowing to flow it through it, then it is impermeable. Then it is impermeable. Got it? So permeability is this property. Sometimes see, gravel has more permeability, clay has less permeability. Remember here, whatever the numbers of whites you may be having. See, I don't allow this. Who is Samsung? Please note that you write your name and roll number. तुम Oppo लिखे, Samsung लिखे, Nokia लिखे. If you write something, how I come to know that whether you belong to my college or my student or not? So that's why I never allow. One fellow is there. If he's your friend, you inform him. Without the name and roll number, I won't admit. Please take this care. Okay. So what I was telling is, sometimes see, take the example of gravels. Gravels have less pores comparing to clay, but since they say that gravel is more permeable, gravel is more permeable, it is because uh, it is because gravel interconnection is more in gravel. एक पोर पासून दुसऱ्या पोरला कनेक्शन राहावं, then only the soil water will flow from one pore to another pore. One pore to another pore. One pore to another pore. So that's very important. That was missing in clay. Clay मध्ये पण pores भरपूर आहेत, पण ते pores एक दुसऱ्याला connected नाहीत. मध्ये त्यांना connection nahi, what nahi. It was there in case of gravel. Therefore, we can say that gravel is more permeable. Gravel is more permeable. So who is Samsung? This Samsung, I will just admit him and tell him that please put your number and roll. Otherwise, I will remove you. See, the such thing should not happen. How can I can know that you are from my class only? Okay. So now after this, why it is permeability is a very important property. Knowledge of permeability is essentially for, as I told you, settlement of and yield of wells. See, sometimes we need that the soil should be impermeable in case of foundation, because foundation the soil कुठं राहत आहे तिथं ते impermeable राहायचं necessary आहे. Means the permeability should be less. But suppose if you are excavating one well where you want water from different sources, there what we expect that the permeability of soil should be more. The permeability of soil should be more there. The permeability of soil should be more there. So whoever the Samsung is there, already I allowed you. Anyway, you may be my student only. Please change your name and write your roll number and name. Okay. सैमसंग भाई अपना नाम चेंज करो, अपना रोल नंबर और नाम लिखो, नहीं तो मेरे को फिर रिमूव करना पड़ता आपको. Now in what cases this is needed, this also I explained you. All these things are over. Next important thing was what I was explaining is hydraulic head. Hydraulic head. Hydraulic head means in fluid mechanics we have studied that there are three types of heads. One is datum head, another is pressure head, third is velocity head. One is datum head, another is pressure head, third is velocity head. But the thing is, velocity is very less in case of soil, Velocity is very less in case of soil. Therefore, only two heads are considered in soil flow. One is datum head, another is pressure head. So total head becomes datum head plus pressure head, whereas velocity head is neglected. Now I have taken this figure. Maybe on that day that it wasn't clear visible. Now I will show you this figure. Two sources of waters are there. Here the surface of point A is here, surface of B is here. So I am taking as B at lower level. I will take the datum level, datum surface as B. मी काय करलो इथं बीचला डाटम सरफेस घेऊन डाटम म्हणजे आम्ही मेजर तिथूनच करतो सगळे. From B, we are measuring all the things. From B, we are measuring all the things. Now you see here, 3 points I will consider. 3 points I will consider. Point 1, point 2, point 3. Point 1, point 2, and point. Okay, point 1 and point 2 and point 3. So now, in point 1. Point 1, see here what are the two heads. One is datum head, another is pressure head. बघा point 1 इथं आहे. point 1 हे datum surface आहे. datum surface पेक्षा खाली आहे. ये जो है नीचे की तरफ है तो नेगेटिव बनता. और इसका हाइट datum head से कितना है, z1 है. तो datum head of point 1 is minus z1. datum head of point 1 is minus z1, whereas pressure head is आम्ही एक पिझोमीटर लावतो तिथं आणि त्या पॉइंट पर्यंत हाइट किती आहे बघतो. दॅट इज द पिझोमीटर वाचला का फ्लुइड मेकॅनिक्स मध्ये मेजरिंग द प्रेशर. तर इथं कुठे काय पॉइंट वर आहे तिथं पिझोमीटर अलो करा. कुठपर्यंत राइज होत आहे बघा. दॅट इज h1. सो दिस इज pressure head is h1 here. So now total head is equal to h1 plus z1. It is minus, therefore h1 minus z1. You see here h1 minus z1 is equal to z1 at datum level na hai, that is height h. And this height h is nothing but hydraulic head. That is the difference between the pressure between A and that B is hydraulic head. So for the point 1, total head is hydraulic head. That I have shown here. For point 1, elevation head is minus z1. Elevation head is minus z1 and pressure head is h1. Pressure head is h1. So now if you add these two, h1 minus z1, that is the total head. That is the total head. H is the total head. Got it? So जसं तुम्ही पुन्हा पॉइंट 2 घेताल, ह्याचा डॅटम किती होणार. डॅटम मायनस z2. मी दाखवलं नाही तुम्हाला, पण दिस यू कॅन टेक. दिस इज मायनस z2. मायनस वाय बिकॉज इट इज बिलो द datum line. And what is the pressure head here? Pressure head here is h2. Pressure head here is h2. And total head is you have to add both. That is h2 minus z2, and this is h2, this is z2. h2 minus z2 is equal to h dash. And at the pressure at the point 2, the pressure head total head is h dash. That the total head is h dash. Okay. Now for the third point is point 3 is here. Point 3 is here. Its height is minus z3. Its height is minus z3 and height is h3. Height is pressure, piezometric is h3. बघा दोघांचा height same आहे datumला. हे plus आहे, minus आहे. So total head is, when you add these two, it is going to get cancelled and 0. It is 0. बघा point 3 ना datum ना हे z3 आहे. It is minus z3 and pressure head is taken positive here. That is h3 and h3 and minus z3, when you add it is 0. It is 0. So whatever this difference between this A and B is called hydraulic Z, which we got in the first point. So hydraulic head is difference of head between entry point and at the exit point. इथं पाणी एंटर होलंय, इथं एक्झिस्ट होलंय. So between the entry and exit point, whatever the head of water is there, it is called hydraulic head. And this hydraulic head when it is divided by the length of the path, it is called hydraulic gradient. So from all this figure and explanation, what I defined is hydraulic gradient. Hydraulic gradient is equal to I is equal to H by L, where H is hydraulic head. Hydraulic head means difference between the source and exit, and L is equal to length of soil specimen. So I is equal to H by L. I is equal to H by L. I is equal to H by L, where H is equal to hydraulic head and L is equal to length of the soil specimen. Length of the soil specimen. Got it? So this is all about hydraulic head and hydraulic gradient. Hydraulic gradient, general gradient. Gradient तुम्ही शिकलात, ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये शिकलात, सर्वेइंग मध्ये शिकलात, फर्स्ट इयर बेसिक सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये शिकलात. Leveling 1 in 100 means for every horizontal 100 distance there is one vertical is there. घेतलं ना तुम्ही height and fall method and rise and fall method and height of elimination method मध्ये शिकलात तुम्ही. That is gradient is 1 in 100. 1 in 100 means for every horizontal 100 vertical distance is 1. So same thing here, hydraulic gradient is there. Hydraulic gradient means difference between the head of water. There was height it was taken, surface height it was taken. Here difference of surface water is taken and that divided by length is called hydraulic gradient. This I explained in the first class. At that time I have taken in mobile, therefore most of the things you didn't understood. That's why I remained. So next I started, what is important is Darcy's law. Next thing I started was Darcy's law. So what is Darcy's law? This is very, very important. आठवण ठेवा तुम्ही. Permeability मध्ये फक्त काय काय विचारता मी पुन्हा सांगतो. What is permeability? Okay, तेवढा आठवण ठेवा तुम्ही. What is permeability? Then what is hydraulic gradient? Then Darcy's law. Then what are the validity or limitations of Darcy's law? ते पण बघून घ्या. आणि Darcy's law झाल्यानंतर seepage velocity and discharge velocity, that also I will tell you. What is seepage velocity and what is discharge velocity, ते पण आम्ही शिकलो. ते झाल्यानंतर today I will start what is the factors, what are the factors which affect the permeability. कोणत्या फॅक्टर वर परमॅबिलिटी डिपेंड होणार ते पण तुम्हाला शिकवायचं आहे. नंतर दोन लॅबोरेटरीचे इम्पॉर्टंट टेस्ट आहेत. एक आहे कॉन्स्टंट हेड परमॅबिलिटी टेस्ट, दूसरा आहे फॉलिंग हेड परमॅबिलिटी टेस्ट. One is constant head permeability test, another is falling head permeability test. ये दोन्ही आपल्याला शिकायचं आहे. ते शिकल्यानंतर एक पॅरलल अँड परपेंडिक्युलर कंडिशनला स्ट्रॅटिफिकेशन काढायचं आहे. एवढं करून आणि प्रॉब्लेम केलोत ना तर परमॅबिलिटी चॅप्टर संपलं. आठवण ठेवून घ्या, हे खूप लहान आहे आणि पूर्ण एक क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला येणार परमॅबिलिटीवर आणि एक क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला डेफिनेटली येणार कॉम्पॅक्शनवर. पुन्हा सांगतो मी तुम्हाला, 8 क्वेश्चन मध्ये एक पार्ट ए मध्ये परमॅबिलिटीवर, एक पार्ट बी मध्ये कॉम्पॅक्शन येणार. खूप खूप कमी सिलेबस आहे, खूप कमी टाइपचे प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत. दॅट्स व्हाय आय अगेन अँड अगेन रिपीट इट टू डू दीज चॅप्टर्स व्हेरी वेल. तुम्ही फक्त 3-4 तास व्यवस्थित बसला तर ते चॅप्टर पण होऊन जाते, हे चॅप्टर पण होऊन जाते. ओके, ते चांगलं तुम्ही काय सांगलालो मी अगेन अँड अगेन रिपीटिंग इट. सो प्लीज टेक डाउन इट and still it is not sure that when your examinations are going to be conducted, lot of time is there for you. आणखी आता तर आम्ही SEM we have started, but what the UGC has given a deadline is start the SEM from 1st November and conduct the examination in March. So anything can happen, maybe in February they may conduct. So still maximum time is there for preparing all these things. So again I have to repeat and repeat. That's why I'm going little bit slow and repeating the things again and again, so that whatever the things are there, you should learn it thoroughly. Syllabus completion is not a big issue here. If I want, I can complete it within 1 month also, but that is not needed. You go fundamentally, you go in detail and you study well. That is very important here. Got it? So now, what is Darcy's law? According to Darcy's law, for laminar flow, first of all you should know this Darcy's law is valid for laminar flow only. तर अगोदर तुम्हाला इथं माहित व्हावं what is the laminar flow and what is the turbulent flow. So when the flow is turbulent, at that point this Darcy's law is not applicable. Getting it? At that point this Darcy's law is not applicable. So this Darcy's law is applicable only for where? This is applicable only for, I mean, laminar flow. Then what is the laminar flow and what is the turbulent flow? So thing is, you should know what is laminar flow and what is turbulent flow. जेव्हा फ्लो स्मूथ आहे, एक दुसऱ्याला लाइन्स पॅरलल आहेत, they are not, I mean, crossing each other, that flow is called laminar flow. That flow is called laminar flow. When the flow is very slow, where it is smooth, such things can happen. But when sudden pressure comes, flow is and very fast, velocity is much more there. There what happens? The line of paths will cross each other. And because of this line of crossing of paths, a turbulence will be developed. A turbulence will be developed. The noise will be developed. So such flow is called turbulent flow. So the thing should be clear you for laminar flow and turbulent flow. This you have studied very well in fluid mechanics. I hope you know what is Reynolds number also. Mechanics मध्ये. See, knowledge of fluid mechanics is equally necessary for soil mechanics. Knowledge of fluid mechanics is equally necessary for soil mechanics also. So according to Darcy's law, for laminar flow, the flow should be laminar flow condition, the velocity of flow, that is V is directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient. According to Darcy's law, for laminar flow, laminar flow conditions, the velocity of flow V is directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient. That is, V is directly proportional to the I. V is directly proportional to the I. Means I is what is hydraulic gradient. Just I defined previously this one. Hydraulic gradient is equal to hydraulic head by length of the head. Hydraulic head divided by, म्हणजे एंट्री मध्ये एक्झिस्ट मध्ये काय डिफरन्स हेड आहे, दॅट इज कॉल्ड हायड्रॉलिक हेड. त्या हेडला डिवाइड बाय लेंथ करा. स्टार्टिंग पॉइंटला एंड पॉइंटला लेंथ काय आहे ते डिवाइड करा. सो यू विल गेट hydraulic gradient. So what the Darcy's law says? Darcy's law says that this very important law. Remember, according to Darcy's law, for any laminar flow condition, the velocity of flow V is directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient. That is, V is proportional to I. V is proportional to I. Suppose if you want to remove this proportional sign, you have to take a constant. And this constant is called K. This constant is called K, and this is called coefficient of permeability. This is called coefficient of permeability. So V is directly proportional to I. V is equal to Ki, where K is a constant. So this constant of proportionality K between V and I is called Darcy's coefficient of permeability, or simply coefficient of permeability. It is denoted by K. Okay, so it is denoted by K. So see here, V is equal to Ki. Suppose now I is equal to 1. Means hydraulic gradient is unit. It is 1. When hydraulic gradient is 1, then K is equal to V. The constant of proportionality K between V and I is called Darcy's coefficient of permeability. So when I is equal to 1, we have K is equal to V. Therefore, the coefficient of permeability can also be defined as the velocity of flow through soil under unit hydraulic gradient, and has the same unit as the velocity. It is usually expressed as, again Oppo A9, please change your names. You write your name, don't write Oppo, Samsung, Nokia, all these things. So you are not, you are not models to publicize any brand here. So how to give the attendance, then problem will be for me. Therefore, please write your name and roll number. तर मी काय सांगतो तुम्हाला, V is equal to Ki, where K is a constant of proportionality called coefficient of permeability. K is equal to V when I is equal to 1. Means K is coefficient of permeability is nothing but velocity of the water provided hydraulic gradient is 1. This definition you remember. तुम्हाला आठवण ठेवायचं necessary नाही. Coefficient of permeability is nothing but velocity of the water where it is flowing through the soil provided unit hydraulic gradient is 1. Unit hydraulic gradient is 1. Okay. So now what else? I was telling. So what is the unit of coefficient of permeability? Whatever the unit, unit of velocity is there, no? The same will be velocity of coefficient of permeability. That is mm per second, meter per hour, or meter per day, So we know that now V is equal to K into I. V is equal to K into I. Now Q is equal to AV. Q is equal to AV. Therefore, Q is equal to A into velocity is Ki. Q is equal to AKI. Q is equal to AKI, where Q is discharge, A is area of cross section, K is coefficient of permeability, I is hydraulic gradient. And remember which area you have to take? Total area of cross section of flow perpendicular to the direction of flow. So now I hope what is Darcy's law is clear to you. What is coefficient of permeability is clear to you. What is the unit of coefficient of permeability is known to you. Unit of coefficient of permeability is known to you. Got it? So after this, now what are the typical values of K? What are the standard values of coefficients of permeability? So coefficient of permeability for gravel is 1 to 100. Coefficient of permeability for gravel is 1 to 100. For sand it is this much. For silt it is this much. And it is very, 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 very less for clay. Therefore, clay is generally called as impermeable. Clay is generally called as impermeable, whereas silt is called semi-impermeable. It is called semi-impermeable or semi-pervious. Semi-pervious. Okay, I hope the things are very clear till now. If you have any doubts, please you can ask. Maybe you may be thinking that, sir, you are repeating whatever the things already you taught, because at that time the screen wasn't visible to you, or whether you understood or not, that wasn't clear to me. That's why I am repeating. And even I am telling you again and again, time for UCT exam is not decided yet. Therefore, I have to repeat, means I have to go slow to complete the syllabus. That's why I'm going a little bit slow. What I want is, in detail, you should complete the things. Okay. So, reminding once again, those whoever are having backlog exams, मैं आपको बार बार बोल रहा हूँ ये बात. See, I'm not only a teacher, whatever the experience I am having, I will tell you. In any condition, please keep it in your mind. This is the golden opportunity you are having. Again and again, I'm telling you, तुम्हाला कसंही करून ह्या वेळी आपले बॅकलॉग सगळे क्लिअर करायचे आहेतच. तर तुम्ही फक्त दररोज फुल टाइम, आता रेग्युलर काय वाचू नका, तुम्ही गेट पण काय वाचू नका. तुमचे 12 तारीख एक्झाम होजेपर्यंत, 12 तारीख झाले की तुम्ही सुरू करा. तर फक्त आता क्लासेस अटेंड करा आणि काय टाइम भेटतो तुम्हाला तुमच्या बॅकलॉग सब्जेक्ट वर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन करा. हे मी तुम्हाला पुन्हा पुन्हा सांगलो. आणि कसं वाचायचं मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं. इट इज टोटली एमसीक्यू टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन and carries 35 questions. Of course, it will be connected to 50. That is different thing. Only 35 questions will be there. You have to tick the things. And I am again and again I'm telling, these papers are not set by some extraordinary or outside fellows. Those whoever your teachers are there, they will set your papers. So suppose if I am teaching means I may set GT also. I'm not sure. So I may set also. That's why I'm telling you, go through the previous question papers. किती झाले तेवढे प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन पेपर घ्या. प्रत्येक क्वेश्चन पेपर मध्ये तुम्हाला 14 मिळतील. एक वर्षात 2 पेपर भेटतील तुम्हाला. तुम्ही 7-8 वर्षाचे पेपर काढला तर तुम्हाला 15-16 क्वेश्चन होतील. 16 क्वेश्चन मध्ये तुमच्याकडे 100-150 क्वेश्चन होतील. यू सॉल्व ऑल दोज क्वेश्चन्स. कोणत्याही सब्जेक्टचे कोणते क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला येणार तर तुमच्या चांगल्या मित्राला विचारा जे पास झालाय, जे हुशार आहे. नाही त्याच्याकडे जमलं तर कन्सर्न टीचरकडे ते क्वेश्चन पाठवून द्या. त्याने पण तुम्हाला सॉल्व करून सांगताय. ओके. मॅथमॅटिक्सचे काही M1 M2 M3 M4, मेकॅनिक्सचे, FM चे, सर्वेइंगचे अथवा व्हॉट एल्स बेसिक सिव्हिलचे, GT चे काही क्वेश्चन असतात मला पण पाठवू शकता तुम्ही. मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स I know it, so I will solve when you are not getting those answers. So हे पुन्हा मी सांगलेलो तुम्हाला अगेन अँड अगेन, इट इज माय रिक्वेस्ट, तुम्हाला कसंही करून ह्या वेळी बॅकलॉग क्लिअर करायचं आहे. सेकंड थिंग इज दोज हु डोंट हॅव बॅकलॉग्स, प्लीज आप सगळेजण तुम्ही गेटचं फॉर्म भरा. पुन्हा एकदा मी रिक्वेस्ट करलो, नॉट फ्रॉम दी कॉलेज साइड or from just like a friend, I am telling you, as a senior friend you can take me, you are a guardian, तुमचे parents समजू शकतात मला. The thing is, you of course if you are totally weak, cannot arrange 1500 rupees, then it is very, I can't say anything. But if you belong to economically, you can bear the 1500 rupees. So please fill and pay the exam fees of gate forms and prepare for it. तुम्हाला कसं होतंय तसं प्रिपेअर तरी करा. तुम्हाला एक एक्सपिरियन्स तर चांगला भेटणार. And if you qualify, then it is well and good. It will boost your confidence. Even if you fail, you will learn from the experience that where you were wrong and what was the wrong in your preparation. So this is very much indeed needed. So please pay the gate fees. And those SC/ST students, they 100% they pay it because it is totally free for you people. You pay the fee 750. You send that receipt and form, whatever the link I sent you. Somebody saying, sir, link is not opening, nothing like that. I just tried, it is opening. Maybe some problem in your mobile beta. Just to check it, you SC/ST students, you fill your details in that link which I sent you. Your fees will be refunded. Your fees will be refunded. So this is my advice to you for those who are having backlogs and those who are without backlogs. Okay. So after knowing the typical values of K and then what is Darcy's law, we will go next for discharge velocity. Now we will go for discharge velocity and seepage velocity. Discharge velocity and seepage velocity. So now you see here. Whenever the velocity is flowing, it will flow through the soil. But see here, whether water flow through the solids? No, it won't flow. What happens? Water flows through the voids. जे एअरचे voids राहतात, water त्याच्यानं पास होत आहे. पण आम्ही काय समजून चाललो होतं, water flows through the soil. Water flows through the soil. So that is the difference between discharge velocity and seepage velocity. What is the relation between them? I am going to derive now. Whatever the relation between them, I am going to derive now once again. Already I did, but at that time I didn't show you the screen. So I will show it this screen, and after doing this only I will go for next slide. Okay. So again I will request you one thing. So after 3-4 minutes it's going to stop. So generally you used to take 5 minutes interval. So please, I didn't have my lunch. Therefore today will take 15 minutes interval. Okay. I will tell the time. So that I can have my lunch. I didn't, because I was having meeting earlier before your class. So I didn't have my lunch. Therefore I will take my lunch. So it will take 15 minutes to restart the class. I will tell you the exact time. So now what I was telling that the water flowing through soil is actually not through solids, it is flowing through the voids only. So the velocity of flow of water V through a soil mass is obtained from Darcy's law, assuming that the flow takes place through the total cross-sectional area A of soil mass perpendicular to the direction of flow. This velocity is referred to as discharge velocity or the theoretical velocity. This is the discharge velocity or the theoretical velocity. So what we have assumed in Darcy's law, that flow is laminar and the area is total area of solids we have taken. Without taking into consideration void, solids or these things, total area of soil we have taken, and total discharge by that total area of solids is taken, and this velocity is called discharge velocity. This velocity is called discharge velocity. Got it? So this we have considered in case of Darcy's law. But the total area is composed of the area of the voids AV and the area of the solids AS. So total area is divided into two parts. One is area of voids, another is area of solids. But flow can take place only through the area of voids. Flow can take place only through the area of voids, that is AV, and not the area of solids. The actual velocity of flow referred as seepage velocity. So J velocity voids na hamala beta hai, it is called seepage velocity, denoted by Vs, whereas total velocity, discharge velocity is denoted by V. And remember, Vs is thus greater than the theoretical velocity obtained from the Darcy's law. Darcy's law na जे velocity आम्हाला भेटते त्याच्यापेक्षा हे velocity जास्त राहणार, because it is passing through the voids. When it passes through the voids, so definitely it is going to be, whenever it passes through the voids, so definitely it is going to be more than the discharge velocity. So seepage velocity is denoted by Vs, whereas discharge velocity is V. What is the relation between this? I will tell in the after the break. So now you take the break. It is 1:42 in my watch. So at exactly 2 o'clock I will restart the class. I didn't have the lunch, so I am requesting you please. So at 2 o'clock, generally I used to give you 5 minutes interval. So this time I will give you 15 minutes interval. So at 2 o'clock you can again restart. 2 o'clock I will start. So this much you should know now. What is discharge velocity and what is the seepage velocity? The which is passing through voids is called seepage velocity, which is passing through solids is called discharge velocity. This is called discharge velocity. This is called discharge velocity. ठीक है, थोड़ा राहू द्या, आता हे बंद होणार आहे. So what is this derivation? I will derive it, and after deriving this one, I will go for limitation.